The critically acclaimed Hidden Giants returns to the Joburg Theatre on the 8th of May, promising an unforgettable 90-minute exploration of the universe's most mysterious phenomena, black holes. This breathtaking live performance blends captivating storytelling, live music, and stunning visuals to immerse audiences in the wonders of the cosmos. And I've got the pleasure of now speaking with physicist and storyteller Dr. Luca Pontiggia and award-winning composer and pianist Yasheen to uncover what theatregoers can expect from the show. A very warm goeiemôre, good morning to you both.
Good morning, thank you for having us.
I want to start with you, Dr. Luca. How do you take one of the most complex things in the cosmos and put it into a theatre show that is entertaining and that people can kind of understand?
So I think there's two answers to that question. The first is, Yash and I both actually come from technical backgrounds. Obviously, I'm a physicist and Yash is an actuary. So he studied actuarial science at WITS, and we met at Discovery. We both work now. Now, at Discovery, we both have technical roles, meaning we are trying to take technical information and transmit it to non-technical audiences in a way that they can understand. So we have a natural kind of expertise in that. Then the second part is that I have, when I was in varsity studying physics, if I wanted to have conversations with people, I'll tell them, I am doing string theory, and they look at me with a blank face. So I had to learn, how do I create a story that is more emotional? Because people understand emotion. They might not understand the technical stuff, but they understand emotion. So if I can take the story of black holes and figure out what emotions does it evoke in me, then how do I recreate those emotions using much simpler words and then music.
Yasheen, Luca's just spoken about the emotion behind trying to explain things that people don't understand. I mean, black holes, we don't know much about them, but your music actually takes us on that emotional journey through all of the technical stuff and all the stuff about space. So how did you go about composing something that would awaken an emotional response in a viewer?
So part of it is a bit random, like while we're setting up, while Luca's opening his laptop, I'll be playing a little piece and he's like, that's pretty good, we need a bit of that. A little, another maybe 40% of the compositions are quite intentional. If he says we need something big to convey the expansiveness of a black hole, I'll sort of bring in big chords in the lower end of the piano. Then I say we need something light to convey the smallness of the atom, or quantum theory. Then I'll make it sort of very staccato or very sort of high end. So that's a sort of a collaborative process between us.
That's the next question I was actually about to ask. The collaboration between the two of you, you must be able to quite nicely work off each other's energy. See what I did there?
Yeah. No, it's brilliant. I think first and foremost, Yash and I have an incredible, similar sense of humor.
Yeah.
And that in a way actually diffuses a lot of the tension, the stress, and we can debate so much. I mean, every decision we make, it's always, what do you think? What do you think? And so there's a lot of tension between us, which creates a combination of something which is greater than the sum of the parts. I obviously come within the technical storytelling and the science of it. And then I'm telling him, hey, Yash, I want this emotion. I want the mystery. I want something more inspiring. So then he listens to that technical story or the emotion, he creates it, and I'm listening to it. I'm like, does it evoke the same thing in me? But then him, as a non-scientific person, can say, look, Luca, this doesn't make sense what you're saying. I don't understand it. Why do you say this?
Yeah, and it's like there's this constant back and forth. Like that piece is not invoking enough emotions. I'll try again. I'll go back to the blackboard. Then I'll tell him at the end, at the end of the presentation, I'm like, can we round it up in some way? Because as someone who doesn't really know much about black holes, let's answer the question, why do we even care to study black holes? So then we brought that into the presentation. So there's always this back and forth between us.
And the answering of that question of why do we need to study black holes is found in Hidden Giants, the theatre show. Exactly. So you've taken something that's so removed from science, which is arts and culture and theatre, and you're using it to kind of make it more palatable for me as a viewer.
Completely.
What is that process like?
I mean, that process is all about what is the message we want to give, right? It's like any story, what is the message? And with the show Hidden Giants, the fundamental message is be curious, right? There is this greatness within us that is hidden behind our shadows of doubt and fear, but it's right there. And just like the black hole is right there, it's huge. We just can't see it because it's hidden. So too do our internal greatnesses exist. And it's about saying, let's create a story where we present this big object and how amazing it is and how we can discover it with being curious as a scientist. But then internally, there's this greatness within us, which you can also discover by being curious.
How have audiences reacted, Yasheen?
It's been brilliant. I mean, we started as an experiment. Luca first started doing this talk about 5 years ago with just a little bit of cover music in the opening slide. Then he had this idea, what if I played that music live? Then we're like, okay, I'm not going to just play for the first 5 minutes. Let me play for the full 40 minutes, the show that we took to the Bioscope. Then we kept on selling out, and eventually, and the first few shows were mostly people we knew. And then eventually, I remember the one night we were in the Bioscope and we looked out about a 50-seater venue, and we didn't recognize a single person there. And we're like, people actually want to come see us do
They're paying their money to watch signs. That's a bit strange. But
yeah. And then we said, let's take a big risk. Let's go to the Joburg Theatre. This was last year, September. We ended up almost selling that out, and now we're going back again.
That is absolutely incredible. How can people get more information about the performance, and when can they come see it?
So we have a website, which is just universeonstage.com. So that's the first easiest thing. But our show name is called Hidden Giants. Yeah. So if they just Google Hidden Giants or Hidden Giants web tickets, that's where they can buy the tickets. There's a bit of a discussion about what the actual show is about. And obviously our Instagram is just the Universe on Stage. So I
think Universe on Stage is ready for a whole bunch of different shows. Thank you so much, Dr. Luca. Thank you so much, Yasheen, for coming and telling us more about this. It sounds so exciting. My son would absolutely love this. So I think I need to make a plan to take him. Bly net ingeskakel en bly net waar jy is, want net hierna gesels PC vermaak van die Ramkat Mafia meer oor hulle splinternuwe musiekvideo. Dis Goeiemôre, good morning.